Maggie Martin walked to the guardrail of the scenic viewpoint where she and John Allen had pulled off the highway. The sun rode high in a cloudless azure sky. Trees dressed in leaves ranging from pale gold to deepest crimson fanned out in front of them like graduated samples in a paint deck. She corralled her shoulder-length chestnut bob with her hands as the stiff breeze tried to force it into her face. "This is magnificent," she said to John, without taking her eyes from the spectacular scene that ran to the horizon. "Fall in Westbury is beautiful, but it doesn't hold a candle to Vermont. I can see why people travel here to leaf peep. I'm glad you insisted we come." John didn't respond. Maggie tore her eyes from the view to turn to him. John stood on the driver's side of their rental car, his hand shading his eyes as he stared into the distance in the other direction. "It's gorgeous, no matter which way you turn," she said, crunching across the gravel to join him. He pointed to the tree line along the horizon. "Do you see that?" Maggie looked to where he was pointing. "I see more of the most magnificent fall foliage I've ever seen. If I didn't know better, I'd say I'm looking at a photo that's been color-enhanced." "Take a closer look," he said, "where the farthest tree line meets the sky." Maggie followed his lead and shielded her eyes. "There's a whitish haze about the trees. I can't see it very well. Could it be clouds?" John shook his head slowly. "I don't think so." "What then?" Maggie sucked in her breath. "OMG, do you think that's a wildfire?" "I'm afraid so." Maggie flung open the back passenger door and dug around in a duffel bag, pulling out a pair of binoculars. "Here," she said, thrusting them at her husband. "Now you can quit teasing me about packing them."